You okay?
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. So today I have a special guest with me. This is Nelly.
Hi, I'm Nelly.
So we work together at Access. This coming March we have an event at our job and it is called Art of the Wild. Perrier Jouët is sponsoring that event and they contacted me and asked me to come up with a look. So basically for this collaboration, PJ and NARS came together and NARS as a brand came up with products that would best represent PJ for this Art of the Wild event. So basically in this box is everything that NARS gave PJ to represent their brand.
Cute little box, little roses.
Wait.
How many cocktail waitresses does it take to open a box?
These are the products. I'm going to take them out of the box and I'm going to show you guys. So for those of you that are watching and are like, this pertains to me zero, we're going to be answering questions about our job
As a cocktail waitress?
while I'm applying the look. So I asked you guys to write assumptions about our job and we pulled some questions and we're going to be answering them. Wait, help.
Jesus. It's really in there, huh? All right, here we go.
Oh God, you're Mexican. You pronounce this one.
Rio de la Plata.
See?
So this one is called Rio de la Plata, and it's like a shimmery gold nude.
And then this one is called Ganges, and it's like
A teal.
a tealish green color. So these are the eyeshadows that NARS felt would represent PJ the best. And then we have the lip color, and this is called Heat Wave, and it looks like this. And then we have a kohl eyeliner, just a plain black kohl eyeliner. So yeah, these are the products that NARS gave us to come up with this look. So I'm going to be applying this on Nelly, and we're just going to be answering some questions and having fun. And we also have
PJ.
a bottle of PJ Blanc de Blanc to enjoy while we are filming the video. We also have my friend Spinelli helping me film. He's getting some B-roll. We're gonna give him a glass too.
Show them what it's like to work at Access.
Before starting off, I do want to give like a little bit of a disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form getting paid to do this video. I am collabing with the two brands to come up with a makeup look, so that's as far as that goes. I just wanted to film it for my channel because I thought it'd be fun. I thought we could answer some questions, so that's where my role comes in. I'm not getting paid, just for work, but I thought I could make a video out of it. So I'm gonna start off with priming Nelly's eyes, and typically when I'm doing my own makeup, I just use a concealer, but since I'm being more professional, I'm gonna actually use an eye primer. And I like to apply this with a sponge because you just get like a nice even layer. I'm going to hop into Rio de la Plata on a M506 brush, and I'm going to put this on the inner corner of the eye. And the good thing about doing her eyes first is I can just wipe any fallout away before I do her base. I'm also going to put this on the brow bone. Tell your stomach to be quiet on set, please.
Was that my stomach or Spinelli?
No, Spinelli's stomach.
Okay, so this question is by Rachel Marie. I assume there's physical requirements to get this kind of job, like you have to be toned and tanned and have long hair, etc.
There are not per se requirements to getting a job. I will say that when you audition, it is in your best interest to be at the peak of your appearance and your fitness. You don't have to have a six-pack by any means. You also definitely do not have to have like a specific hair length. I worked with a girl that literally had like a pixie short haircut.
I would say there's no requirements, but definitely for auditions, you definitely want to hit the gym a few months prior just to have the confidence to audition. When you hit the gym and you're looking the best that you possibly can, you naturally have the confidence. So no, there's not requirements, but I mean, they definitely encourage to upkeep going to the gym and your look. Like they don't want you to come in sloppy. Red carpet ready.
Yes.
Is what they tell us.
I'm just gonna take this kohl eyeliner and I'm gonna run it along Nelly's lash line. This can be super messy. You're gonna end up smudging it out anyway. I'm just gonna take an E36 and I'm gonna smudge this out. Let's answer some sugar daddy questions.
Yes,
I know there's sugar daddy
favorite.
questions.
Susan Puzan.
It's kind of funny because it's Nelly and Spinelli.
So Susan Poozin 16, did you get this job to find a sugar daddy? 100%.
Yes, I have a sugar daddy. His name is Trevor Platt at Instagram if you'd like to follow him and also become a sugar baby.
My sugar daddy gives me McDonald's every Saturday.
Smitty.
Smitty's my sugar daddy. That's the closest I've gotten.
He's actually a really good friend of mine and I've worked on his sets for his clothing company, but his name's Steven and he's a really big customer of ours. Every time he comes in, he Postmates about like $400 of McDonald's. You look fucking terrible. Trust the process.
I'm trusting champagne right now. But no, we don't have sugar daddies.
I would say the majority of us, we just date regular schmegular guys. Wait, really quick, this is not a shade that's offered, so I kind of need a little bit of a transition. I know every one of you own a bronzer, so take your bronzer and put it in your transition. And what I mean transition, it's the part that's above your crease and above your crease below your brow.
I feel like if anyone had like a legit sugar daddy, they're not at work anymore.
Yeah,
they're not.
I was gonna
not in the industry.
If you have a sugar daddy, you're not a cocktail server.
Yeah.
You're what's called an escort. And that's not what we are.
Yeah, definitely not escorts or strippers. We do not strip. We do not escort. We just pour cranberry vodka.
That was another question. Wait, that was another question. Who asked that? They were like, are you strippers? So yeah, this girl said, I assume you work at a strip club. And she said, I also assume it's XS. Yeah, XS is not a strip club. It's a nightclub. There's DJs. We serve bottles. There are strip clubs in Las Vegas, clearly, but we're not strippers. Nothing wrong. Stripping, get your money. I respect the hustle, but we're just two totally different things. Chris Bree said, my assumption of cocktail waitresses is they are judgmental and are only nice to people who they think have a lot of money. I would say I'm nice to every table that I'm sat with.
Personally, I feel like I'm a nice person.
Yeah, I
feel like Katie's a really nice person too. We just go in, do our job, and leave.
Yeah, I would say that I almost have like more of a wall up with people that are super wealthy because a lot of them are entitled a little bit. I feel like I'm almost a little more sweet and personable to the ones that probably have saved up all year just to be there. Right now, I'm just taking the Ganges shade and is that how you pronounce that?
I've never, honestly, I don't know this word.
How do you talk to Siri? Hey Siri.
I'm here.
How do you pronounce Ganges?
Here's some information.
Can you say it?
Maybe spell it out for her.
Hey Siri.
I'm here.
How do you pronounce Ganges?
Here's some information.
What is the point of having Siri?
Am I saying that right?
How's it spelled?
Ganges.
I mean, it's Ganges if it's talking about the river.
Yeah, God, our cocktail server's smart. People treat you like you're stupid.
Is that one of the questions?
Yeah. I'm going in with a MAC 242 brush and I'm going to pack this all over her lid. And the next question while I'm doing this is, people treat you like you're stupid simply because you're a cocktail waitress. In my personal experience, this is never true. Not everyone, but I've definitely been treated like I'm stupid. Like I said, some people that are extremely well off, I feel like those are really the only people that ever treat me like I'm less than. I get a lot of like, is this all you do? Questions. I'll mess with people and if they're like, is this all you do? I'm like, no, I have a sugar daddy too. Like, he takes care of everything. Or I'll be like, no, I do makeup too and that's what I want to focus on. It just depends on how the question is presented.
I worked the banquet lot, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and super nice couple. The lady was like, are you in college? And I'm like, oh no, I'm just a cocktail waitress right now. And then she's like, oh. And I felt so embarrassed and stupid and I was like, I'm just gonna walk away. Like,
literally, I get that enough from my parents. Can you not? Like, I'm just trying to be at work.
I mean, I did 2 years, but then I moved to Miami and I did a TV show and I came back. And now I'm a cocktail waitress.
So once you've laid down the green, I'm just gonna go back in with that bronzer. And I'm going to just gently scratch over the edges and blend it out a little bit. And the whole purpose of me laying down that black base was to just give like a little bit of a darker lash line.
Ash Weaver 94 asks, or assumed, men hit on you constantly. So when I get hit on, it's mostly people that aren't at my table. It'll be like people like walking by.
Oh yeah, I mean like you definitely get catcalled.
One thing though, being Hispanic, people don't think I'm Mexican or could speak Spanish, but as soon as I speak Spanish, I swear the 5-10 guys at that table all say they want to marry. They all say they want to marry me.
I would assume like every guy, if you speak Spanish to them, they're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, so that's one thing. That would be the only time I really get hit on.
Let me define hit on. Not a lot of people have been like, hey, can I take you out? That doesn't really happen a lot. Guys will make comments, you know?
If it's a group of guys, they're looking for a group of girls. So they're not gonna hit on a waitress over a bunch of girls who are single and there for fun.
I'm just going back in and intensifying this a little bit more because I feel like I lost a little bit of that pigment when I was blending. So just around the base, I'm just going back in and intensifying it one more time. So I'm gonna start working on Nelli's skin, and I'm gonna take a luminous face primer and I'm going to work this into the skin.
I can like see my head just going back. Hannah Banana.
Wait, what was the other one?
Susan Poozin. Hannah Banana 30111. I assume your boyfriend doesn't like you working as a cocktail server. He gets jealous.
I feel like you have to have a very trusting relationship, period, but especially working in Vegas, and you cannot be like a jealous person. I think it goes both ways where Trevor has to get girls' numbers all the time. There was one point where he was literally like working a party where he had to constantly be like texting girls to try to get them to come. So if you're kind of like a jealous girlfriend, then that's probably not going to be something that you're okay with, is like your boyfriend constantly partying with girls. And when you are a host in Las Vegas, you have to host clients, and what do clients want? Girls.
Especially groups of guys, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of times guys, they'll buy nice bottles of champagne, like PJ and stuff, and they need girls to drink it. This is literally not answering the question at all. Is your boyfriend jealous of you being cocktail server? No. Not even explaining what I'm doing, but I'm just putting like a very light layer of foundation on your skin. Spinelli, have you ever dated a girl in the industry?
Stripper.
How was that?
We need a guy's input on this.
Yeah, I kind of want to know about this.
It was alright. I'm not a jealous person, so it wasn't really a problem. But because that industry is so different than ours, she ended up having a problem with me working at a nightclub.
Why is that?
Really?
Which was very ironic.
What was her issue with you working at Excess?
Working with girls in bikinis and whatever your outfit was.
Yeah.
She was just insecure about that and didn't realize the irony.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it's kind of like the same thing as when you are cheating, you accuse the other person you're dating of cheating because like you're doing something that you're not okay with and uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she felt
uncomfortable with her stripping, and then she would try to flip it around. That's
interesting. I would just say, regardless of the line of work that you do, just like have a trusting relationship and then you'll be fine.
Next question.
I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer and just conceal a little bit under your eyes. Wait, I feel like I have questions for you.
For me?
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah. I wanted to film with you specifically just because you're from here.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to like wrap my head around being raised here, but how is it being raised here? I feel like people just think that Vegas is just the strip and there's nothing else to Vegas, but I don't think people realize there's towns and it's just like everywhere else. I just thought it was like the strip and that was it.
People really think that?
I did. Are you from here?
I'm from Connecticut.
Oh yeah, shit, you are from Connecticut.
But no, I mean, I didn't think it was obviously just the strip, but I had no idea that it was like actually just normal suburbia. I didn't know anything but the strip, what you see in TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize how uncommon it was until I worked on the strip. So I started working at Guy Fieri's when I was, what, 19? And then literally like everyone that I would talk to, like all the customers, they'd be like, you're from here? That is so weird. I'm like, what are you talking about? But obviously like me growing up, like I grew up with everyone who grew up here. So it was like so common for me. I mean, Vegas, honestly, there wasn't really much to do. Definitely, I feel like I grew up a lot quicker than any other kid would.
See, because I feel like when people have have the stigma or assumption of like a Vegas girl. Like to me, you're not that. When I think of like a Vegas girl, I think of like a ton of plastic surgery, like loves Chanel and Louis Vuitton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I feel like the girls that I know that are from Vegas, they're
I think
not.
you get that Vegas girl vibe from people who, what's the word I'm looking for? Who moved to Vegas for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Vegas, I'm so used to it that stuff doesn't affect me. Obviously everyone wants freaking money and a big house and all of that, but it's not like it doesn't affect me like other people. Like literally come to Vegas to pursue it.
I also wanted to film with you because you deal with a lot of DJs. She deals with the Chainsmokers. How is that? Are the assumptions about famous people, do they act the way that people would necessarily think that they would act?
I feel like for the most part, all the celebrities that I've met have been cool.
Yeah.
There's been maybe like 1 or 2 people who are kind of rude, I guess, or carry themselves very proudly where they feel like they shouldn't talk to a cocktail server because I'm not to their level.
Yeah, I feel like any celebrity, I don't know why I'm saying celebrity, like it is a celebrity. Any celebrity I've ever dealt with, I feel super insecure because I'm like, God, are they looking at me like, oh, she's a cocktail server? But they're probably just normal people and I just think that way, but I probably shouldn't think that way because I feel like the whole point of this video is to kind of acknowledge the fact that maybe what you think that we are, we're not. Maybe the way I think about celebrities, like they're just normal people.
Okay, so being in the booth pretty much every Saturday.
If you don't know what that means, it means the DJ booth. Nelli works in the DJ booth a lot. She deals with a lot of the talent.
Obviously Chainsmokers, I love them.
They seem super cool.
Yes.
I appreciate how humble they've stayed throughout their fame because I've known them since Omnia and they
were like first popping off.
Yeah, they've remained super engaged in the crowd. They still will like play past 3:30 sometimes. I'm just gonna gently sit your under eye.
So yeah, obviously love Chainsmokers. J-Lo was amazing. Her personality, she was just extremely humble. Westbrook, I love Westbrook. He's amazing. Super funny, always dancing. I don't know. Westbrook, Russell Westbrook. He's
Oh.
Yeah, basketball player. Who else? Taylor Lautner, love him. Literally love him.
He's the vampire.
No, he's the wolf.
Oh, okay.
Smack you. Nick Jonas. He came in before he got married.
And I literally ran out of the well and I was like, oh my God.
Super humble, chill, just to himself, but not like in a rude way or anything, just chilling.
I'm just gonna powder a little bit on your T-zone because oils tend to come out the most there, but I'm gonna leave the rest of your face very luminous.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I feel like celebrities are just regular people.
Normal, yeah.
Yeah. PRM, period XO. What was the most you made in one night?
Before I answer that, I'm just going to take a bronzer and I'm going to bronze along the hairline. Before we answer this, we have to preface it with, this does not happen all the time or ever. This is like outrageous amounts of money.
Yeah.
It's just all the stars that night aligned and we were just really lucky. It was in slow season where half of our staff is literally cut and there was not only half of the staff working, but one of our coworkers was getting married. So there were a bunch of call outs. One of our biggest clients, he came in that weekend and Drake was performing. Everything that could have gone right went right, and different girls make different amounts of money depending on when they are cut, but that night, I alone walked with $7,000. But like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we're like waiting for that day to happen again.
That does not happen. I'm just gonna take a cooler tone and contour just the slightest bit. I'm just going to take a pink tone blush, give you a little of a rosy cheek, a rosé cheek. Ew. I'm just gonna take like a champagne gold highlight to match the one that's on your eye. What is it called? The
Rio de la Plata.
Yes. And I'm just gonna kind of see like where light naturally hits your face. So I'm gonna highlight right here. And then turn this way. I'm gonna highlight right here. I'm actually gonna do Nelli's brows off camera. I'm just gonna use a brow gel, run it through, and then pencil it in lightly. Okay, I'm gonna take this NARS High Pigment Longwear Eyeliner, and I'm going to put this in your waterline. I'm also just gonna put this a little bit on the outer corner. I'm gonna take that E36 brush. I'm gonna smudge it out one more time, look up. I only wanna take it to like the center of your eye. So not all the way in. I don't want to close off your eye. I'm just going to go back in with the same bronzer that I put in her transition, and I'm going to run that under the lower lash line, and I'm going to smudge out that black.
Ash Weaver 94 asked, do you get better tips if you flirt?
I don't know if we get better tips if we flirt, but I would say the nicer you are to people and the better service that you give to people, people tend to tip better. I feel like flirting comes more into play with selling.
Yeah.
I just got done saying I don't get really hit on a lot, but I've had people literally hit on me and then tip me nothing. So like,
yeah. Oh my God. Isn't that the worst? And I was like, I thought you loved me.
Yeah, people
and
will
literally
literally like
zero.
profess their love and then not tip you. So I don't know if that really matters, but I would say I don't feel like I flirt with people. I feel like I'm very sarcastic with people. I feel like the way that I sell and the way that I try to handle people is more in a joking manner and more of a sarcastic manner. I feel like that's how I'm able to sell and get bigger tips, but I'm never like flirting.
I definitely feel like the ones that flirt with you are the ones that don't tip, and the ones who like are just chill and just there to have like, you know, like a good time, and you like get to know them and you're like genuine and you're a nice person. Those are the ones that actually end up tipping. Also, what is the definition of flirting? I was always told I had like a flirty personality, but I don't know. I just think I'm a good time and some people can't handle it.
I'm just putting on mascara, and then we're gonna put on lashes, and we're gonna do lips, and then when you're done, we're gonna apply lashes, and then we'll be right back.
Okay. Last question. Kylie F003 asked, why do you love your job? Going off the assumption that you do because you've kept it for 5 years. Has it been 5 years for you?
Yeah, no, I mean not just at XS, but
yeah,
it's been 5 years since I've been
Spinelli, didn't you ask me, you're like, have you been with us for 5 years? You asked me that recently, right? I'm going on 4.
I feel like everybody can say that there's definitely parts of their jobs that they don't love, but I feel like all around, I do enjoy our job, and I'm like so fortunate to have this job. Like I don't ever try to take it for granted. And I feel like a lot of people get caught up in the money. You just have to like have a really good head on your shoulders.
And it's so easy to spend it when you make that kind of money.
Yes.
It's like the more you make, the more you spend. So at the end of the day, the less you save.
And you have a lot of time off, and you have to be careful because most cocktail servers work 3 to 4 nights a week. Things can get crazy on your days off, okay? And before you get into the industry, okay, because I said this to my little sister, so I want to say it to anyone that's ever thought about it, you have to take into consideration that a lot of people will work up to the amount of money that we are making. Maybe you're going into an entry-level job and you're not making $100K a year, but by the time you are my age, 29, you can be making that kind of money if you work really hard and you work up. The thing that kind of is the disadvantage about getting into the industry at such a young age is you build your life around making this kind of money, and then you almost have to work backwards. So it's really hard to get out of the industry when you're in it, because you go from making that 6-figure income, and then you have to almost cut that in half, and it's really hard for people to get out of it. Just know that if you get into it, you might have to work backwards once you get out of it. You might have to go from making $100,000 a year to making 50 or 60, or you could just not get into it and make 50 grand when you're 21 years old, and then by the time you're my age, you're making better money. So
I mean, I love my job. I started when I was 21. I feel super blessed to start at XS, which is known as like the #1 nightclub in the world. I've always wanted to like get out of Vegas and experience like other places in the world, but it's almost scary because I started at 21 and I take care of my family, so it's scary to like
you get out of it to make like making this money and the lifestyle you're living, so to get out of it, it's tough.
We definitely feel blessed. We have an amazing job. We have amazing coworkers, management, the whole team. XS itself is amazing.
It's been a huge blessing to have this job.
Yeah.
But you have to be smart, save your money,
and definitely cook at home.
Yes, she's gotta go. We're gonna do her lips and then we're gonna be done. So just take your favorite red lip liner and line your lips.
That's sneeze. It went away.
When people People ruin my sneezes. I get so mad. Like if you see me about to sneeze and you say God bless you.
I think I've done that to you before. You were so mad.
Oh. We're gonna go in with Heat Wave from NARS and put it on your lips.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? Just like slow-mo shit?
No, you could just chill. I don't do that shit on my channel, okay? Okay, so this is the finished look. I used the products that NARS had pulled to represent PJ, and this is the look that we are going to be wearing for the upcoming event, Art of the Wild, in March at Access. I know this doesn't pertain to most of you, but my coworkers are going to be watching this video, and I just wanted to answer some questions about our job so that you guys could be entertained while I was demonstrating the look. Make sure you follow my girl Nelli on Instagram, and make sure you follow Spinelli on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.
Bye.